Howdy, howdy. What's going on, traders? Happy Friday. Weeks fly by. I'm telling you guys. These weeks absolutely fly by. Elijah and Coin in the house. Good to see you guys in here. Both of you killing it yesterday. Absolutely killing it. Elijah, I saw your email this morning. Nice work on MIST. I like that rule you have, by the way, as far as sizing down a little bit after red trades. My rule is if I have two red trades on a ticker, I'm done with it. Two red trades on a ticker, I'm done with it. I like that rule too. You know, if I have a red trade on a ticker, size down. And then maybe after the second trade, be done with it. Because what most people do is size up. Not a good thing to do. Most people size up after they take a red trade, and then they end up, blowing up essentially, taking a huge loss because not managing risk. So really good risk management. Market's not looking too great this morning. Market's dropping a little bit. U.S.-China tensions continue to escalate. S&P and NASDAQ also lower. Projected declines would add to Thursday's losses as well. So U.S. stock market's looking to open up a little bit lower this morning, guys. Just keep that in mind. The overall market sentiment on the day. Elijah, yeah, I used to do that all the time. Yeah, that's how I blew up my first account too. I am nearly sure. Is over trading, which I don't do anymore. Revenge trading, which I don't do anymore, and then, revenging the same ticker and oversizing into it, which thankfully, pretty disciplined. You got to learn what not to do to find out what to do. That's as Edison said with the light bulb. He didn't fail 1,000 times. He learned how not to make it. All right, guys. MIST killer trade yesterday. Elijah had this from the get-go, from the bottom, and we did. This is a nice daily chart. We went over it yesterday, and it's not surprising that there's still volume activity here because we pulled this up yesterday. We have a gap to fill and that 200-day moving average right at 1190. Can it get up to 1190? It certainly can. Chart's still not looking bad this morning. Obviously, I'm not going to be buying high, hoping higher, but if you are going to be playing MIST, keep in mind the chart that it's trading. It's trading this ascending triangle pattern at the moment. It's got roughly about 940-ish as upper resistance, and this trend line down here is around 820-ish. 820-ish. Elijah, you're impressing me, bro. OMI, that's a nice looking short this morning. I just saw that before the live stream, so I'm excited to get into that one as well. But MIST, if you are trading this, guys, MIST, just be familiar with this. It's at the upper resistance at the moment. It tried to break $10. It was unable to break it this morning. It nearly hit that 20-cent area, that magic number, and we're going to see that more this morning. It just happens every day. Like I said, when you're seeing these fast moves up to whole dollars and breaks them, fake out breakouts, happens all the time up toward that 20-cent area. So just keep this in mind. It's upper resistance, and then the trend's going to be around 820. Let's go ahead and hop into OMI since Elijah brought it up. This one, look right away. This one's going to be opening up right at resistance. I noticed this one this morning as well on the bear scan watch list down here. These overbought stocks, OMI down here near the bottom. Pop this one on up and really like the chart. And we got it on, no, I didn't get this one. This is the day I didn't trade, which was Wednesday. Because I started missing a few stocks, but we were watching this one because it was at upper resistance. It's going to be opening up right near resistance as well. Clear resistance on the chart. $15 is a difficult area for this to break. It has tested $15.35 a couple times. Once yesterday and then once on Tuesday. So 15.36.35, it's kind of its top right now. So I'm certainly going to be watching this one as well, that previous close at around 15 and the high at 15.35. We'll see what this one's going to do at the open. But good one to watch. I like it too, Elijah, for a short. I love these shorts that have very clear risk management. Good, easy visualization of risk. Yesterday, guys, I'm telling you, I used to make day trading recaps every single day, but I kind of got tired of just repeating the same thing every single day, And it's much more fun to kind of interact with you guys live. But yesterday, PFE, fade all day, overbought. HOME, this one took a little bit longer, but same idea, you guys. We were risking off of the highs yesterday, didn't get up to them, and a huge short, awesome move, good money. LRN, fade all day, open up right at resistance. It's a good idea to set trails on these guys. Something I'm not really doing, preaching to the choir. So 90% of the time, these things work magically. They're a little slow sometimes, but they work very consistently. And that's what I trade this setup nearly every single day, as you guys are aware if you've been in here for a while. All right, let's continue down the list. You guys throw in some more tickers if you want to go over them. We'll keep going through as many as you guys want. MIST, we went over that. OMI. All right. Let's just go over ABUS real quick. ABUS, this one, a little irritating. It just blew through resistance on the chart. We have been going over this one for a few days, but it's kind of been a little manipulative. I mean, it's been out of nowhere. We look at the past chart history on this. Last Monday, this one at around 3 o'clock got a random pop in zombie hour. And then yesterday, this stock got a random pop again in zombie hour with tons of volume at like 3 o'clock. So, I mean, it's out of nowhere. They just come out with... the big boy company, mRNA, they failed to invalidate a U.S. patent on some vaccine technology owned by ABUS. And so this decision could actually hamper mRNA's vaccine for COVID and, keep ABUS on the yellow brick road to the COVID vaccine. And that's what's going on. It's kind of a race to get this vaccine out, and ABUS is kind of winning the war against mRNA at the moment. So that's what's happening here. Yesterday, this one, even at the close yesterday, was a short on pops. This thing grinded higher, but if I'm going to be trading this, I'm going to note yesterday that this thing on Euphoria is a nice little short. Comes back down, provides a little good opportunity. But ABUS, a little manipulative, out of nowhere. So I'm going to watch it, but I may be focusing on the easier ones today. All right, BCOV. BCOV, not bad. This one, kind of looking for a pop out of the gates. Here's the trend. I really didn't draw that. BCOV. It's open up right below the trend from yesterday. Right at it, nearly. So BCOV, looking for a little pop on that to short into. Kind of overbought, overextension on the daily, up to 1336 yesterday, which we pretty much essentially already tested our highs, 52-week highs, right here, 1284. And we see a tough upper shadow on the chart, signifying what? We got a wall of sellers up here, ceiling of sellers taking in, absorbing orders. So I'm looking for a pop, kind of fade this one back down a little bit, BCOV. All right, GTLS. GTLS is a little thin. GTS is a little thin, but that was the same as LRN yesterday, and look what LRN did. $50 all the way down to 45. So I just want to see kind of the spread when this thing opens on up. GTLS, because it's a little thin. Had a good amount of volume coming into it at the close of the day yesterday. This one had a nice climb yesterday. And here's the trend that it's on, way overbought off of it. Here's a trend that GTLS is on, way overbought off of that trend. So every time it gets overbought, it comes back down to it. So I want to kind of keep this in mind and see how GTLS is going to open up and look at the spread. If it's like 30-40 cent spread, I'm going to avoid it. But just like LRN did yesterday, there's good ops on some of these, even if they don't trade. Look at this. We still had nearly 2 million shares traded yesterday. It's just per minute, this thing's only doing, average maybe 20,000 shares a minute. TUP. TUP is not bad. I like this one quite a bit. Pull up the chart on TUP. Alright, here's the trend on TUP. Last time it got a little cranky. Got off this trend line. Came all the way back down. Did just tap kind of resistance on the chart too. Roughly 950s. You see that back here, guys? 950s. Just tapped that yesterday. It's got a long way to go back down to this trend line. I do like that. We're way overbought. So kind of the idea here is very similar to HOME yesterday. Going to be seeing how this is going to open up around that previous close and seeing how it's going to react to the high days here. TUP 966 and kind of go from there. It is respecting that 13 EMA. Let's pull that up. So here's what it's been doing. This 13 EMA, it has been really respecting these levels. So, you know, at best, 910 down to 761, that ain't bad. That is not a bad trade. So just keep that in mind, 761. HOME yesterday, let's pull that one up just to give you guys an idea. A little similar to this one in the fact that light and volume after hours pre-market, we may open up and get a little sell-off and then maybe try to pop back up and test that previous close or high day here. It tried to test it and then ended up failing. But this failed around lunch hours. So sometimes they're not as fast as we may want them to be. But that's okay. TUP, pretty similar setup to HOME, right? Nice little climb yesterday. Opening up with a little volume after hours pre-market. Let's see how this is going to react to that previous close and how it's going to open on up. But it's overbought off the 13 EMA, all overbought off the trend. So TUP is not one. TUP is certainly one I want to be watching this morning. And then we got GNCA. GNCA, not bad. GNCA, very steep trend line. Very steep trend line. Steeper it is, the harder it is for that area to hold, for these levels to hold. What I like about GNCA is the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's had 6 green days back to back, and the last like 4 have been really, really large green days. I mean, it's seen a crazy amount of volume come into it. That's what we look for. Very fast moves, tons of traders coming into it. So I certainly want to see how GNCA is going to open up, but it is still respecting this trend line, and it is going to be opening up kind of with an inverse head and shoulders-ish pattern from yesterday. That's my only concern. I want to see this get a little faster again. Yesterday we saw a little upper shadow on the daily chart, the daily candle. So GNCA, let's see how that's going to open up. A fast move up to like 420. Break of $4, hit 420. That'd be a nice play right there to short it back down to the trend. But it's going to be opening up right near this trend. It is just a very steep trend. So I do imagine it's going to crack soon. I don't know that I'm going to necessarily short this one right away. I want to see it get a little fast. Let's see it get a little fast up towards like $4, 420. Maybe if it has a morning spike like it did yesterday. Gave it about 40 cents yesterday. If it gave it 40 cents today, that'd be perfect. All right, what's our leading gapper, guys? For those of you who want to trade the leading gappers, ENT is popping on up this morning. Leading gapper is still holding up. Still holding on up this morning. There's several other leading gappers this morning, like NTZ. But look at NTZ. Fail. Large spike, try to hold and consolidate, and it failed this morning. Another leading gapper, PTE. Tried to hold. Fast move up, couldn't do it. MDGS. Fast move up to the $2, breaks that up to 220 is the magic number, and then fails. So ENT, but Kevin, ENT is the one. It's going to break forever. Yeah, highly doubt it. ENT, this one, sustaining its move right now. If you are trading it, keep in mind the trend. If you want to trade this, keep in mind this trend line right here. Around $6 is going to be the trend. if you do want to trade it. It's very steep. Is unlikely to sustain, but just manage your risk very tight, very well. If we look at past chart history, looking left of the chart, as we always do, this one recently made a very large move and then gave it all back. And we know when a stock recently makes a move like that, we inevitably have a lot of bag holders in this stock, and they're looking to get out. So there's going to be a lot of guys looking to get out of this stock. I imagine there's going to be some tough resistance holding this up. So ENT, I wouldn't personally be long on it, but it's still working out right now. 3 million shares. It's traded 6.2 million shares. Looking at the gap up watch list up here. So it's already rotated the float twice on ENT. So just keep that in mind if you are trading it. But I'm going to write some of these out. Some of these ones I'm looking at that I like this morning. I like TUP a lot. I like OMI a lot. Yeah, those are some of my favorite ones to look at this morning. I'm going to write these out. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Smack that like button if you haven't already. And we're going to do it again today, traders. It's just another day, another dollar. Coin, what are you and Elijah? What are you guys, Elijah? What are y'all watching this morning? MIST again. MIST wouldn't surprise me if that filled the gap 1190. It really wouldn't. Let's see if it's holding on up. Let's see if that's holding up. It's cracking a little bit. Here's a little head and shoulders pattern this morning. 1017 head, 935 both shoulders. So looking a little bearish at the moment, but you know our trend line's back down to around $8, $8.20. So nothing to worry about there. This is kind of the thirdish touch that is. It nearly broke it for sure, for good, but couldn't sustain it. Could not sustain it. Yeah, I'm with you, Elijah. Those are both kind of my favorite at the open of the day as well. Let me make sure of it. BCOV. I like this one too. It's opening up and looks kind of weak. It's a little lighter in volume. I kind of want to pop to short into it though. Looking a little weak here. But I'd like a little pop if I'm going to short into BCOV. Here's kind of what I'm looking at here. It's already kind of failing this trend line. But a pop up towards 1160 70s is the previous close on it. That's God damn, losing my voice. 1160s, 1170s is the previous close BCOV. So that's kind of what I'd like to watch. A little pop up towards that. But yeah, I'm with you, Elijah. Those are kind of the plays I like this morning. Pretty solid risk management on. Pretty solid. All right, guys. Coin watching AAL AMD. What are you looking at AAL again for? This one, AAL. Good grief, dude. Yesterday, this stock. So you got the short out of the gate, and this thing got crazy. Yeah, this ain't a bad short again today. A little hangover play too. Well, honestly, let's take a look at this real quick. Here's the 13 EMA. It tried to crack it. Yes, it tried to break through it yesterday. Was unable to. So this one's going to be opening up like right at resistance as well. AAL. Right around 1175, 1180. These airlines are so volatile though. Like you just got to be careful with them because out of nowhere they can do kind of what they did yesterday. Nathan, you're killing AMD right now. I have an average of 59.50. Heck yeah. What, are you holding this one overnight? Yeah, you got that at the close yesterday, didn't you? Nice, I like that. Buy fear. Buy fear, sell you for you. That's all there is to it. Killing it, Nathan. Killing it. You're looking long AMD or AAL? AAL is certainly oversold. Certainly oversold. It's just going to be opening up right at resistance. That's the only thing I'm noticing. And then after that, you have all these longs in it yesterday from 1175 up. It's going to be a little difficult to. It's going to be a little difficult to sustain a move. But guys, you guys have a solid weekend. You guys have a great weekend. Let's end the week on a green note. Most of you guys have been killing it this week. Let's end the week on a nice solid green note, and then we'll be right back at it Monday morning. Right back at it Monday morning, guys. All right. Let's go get it. We'll see you guys.